Hey friends, today I wanted to talk about avoidance and discomfort, and I will do so by sharing a story. So, when we're born, we don't know everything, right? And we don't have all capacities and all skills. We don't know how to manage resources of our own physical body. We don't just naturally know, okay, well, there could be an argument for intuition. A 3-year-old doesn't know how to, what things to eat and what things not to eat for a desired outcome of optimal gallbladder health, of optimal skin health, of optimal energy levels, optimal sleep. Okay, eating's not a great example because we do have a lot of intuition around eating. Let's say managing money. Okay, our relationship with money, our relationship with time expenditure, our relationship with other people, our relationship with our energy expenditure. Okay, there we go. That's a better example. A 3-year-old doesn't automatically know how much effort it's going to take to get any certain little task done, and doesn't naturally know that if they spend all of their energy at the park playing and don't conserve any of it, and they have a task to do later, that they won't have any energy left over for that. So same with money, with creating money, with holding money, with managing money, with spending money. Those skills aren't just natural. They don't just happen. You have to acquire them through experience and through learning. So same with communication with other people, with managing our own emotions, with healing our own blocks and limitations. It doesn't all happen automatically. We have to acquire it. So a fun thing is that if you wonder, like, oh well, I want to acquire all the skills and abilities that will make me able, capable, and prepared to have all the kinds of experiences I'd like to have. If I want to experience what it's like to visit a beach house for a vacation, if I want to experience what it's like to get really good at playing volleyball, if I want to experience what it's like to have a jam fest on an instrument with other people, there's a lot of skills, ability, and experience that is required to build up to each of those things. So if you wonder, I wonder what my soul hasn't learned yet and doesn't know yet that it's going to need to know and learn, and if I want to reach my potential and really experience life more fully, discomfort is one great place to look. That is often a place where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. So I'll give an example. I've got a little fish pond on my porch, a wine barrel fish pond with little rice fish in it to eat the mosquito larvae. And we've got plants, we've got fish. It's cute and I like it. And I noticed one day that the water level was pretty low because it slowly evaporates and you have to refill it. And I thought, I noticed it getting a little bit lower every once in a while. And then one day I was walking out the door. I was headed straight to work. I had timed it perfectly, so I didn't have any spare time to stop and do a task first. And I noticed, whoa, the water level is quite low. I'm not sure how much water real estate the fish have, I'm not sure how much space the fish need in order to be healthy and survive, or to be, even just to be happy. I'm not sure. I haven't looked up that information. There's a chance that they are currently in a state of stress where they're not able to be happy, or even a state where they're not able to have full health because of the limited space, because the water has evaporated and gotten lower. And my natural reaction is, oh no, I really want the fish to be really healthy and happy. I want, as the steward and the caretaker of the fish, to only support other beings in being in their full health, especially when I'm the only one who has power and control over the state of their health. That is what I really want for my fish. And so the thought of, actually, I don't have the information and I'm not sure, like, there's a chance that they're in ill health right now because of me, and I haven't taken action, and I saw the water level getting lower, And each time I noticed it, I was in a place where I didn't choose to fill it up because I felt busy or focused or whatever, for whatever reason. So I saw it, I had the comprehension of, oh, ouch, this could be really, really sad that they're in ill health because of me. I have failed to take care of another being. I am the reason another being is suffering. I haven't acted in the ways that would sufficiently take care of my stewardships and this other being that I am responsible for. That really hurts. And I noticed within a half a second that a part of me said, or what if it's fine? What if there's enough water and they're healthy? And I could feel a lot of my system wanting that one to be true, and even using it to say, ooh, it even hurts worse that like we don't have the time cut out right now to instantly take action. So if we discovered like, oh crap, the reality is these fish are suffering and it's my fault, and I'm not going to do anything about it right now or for the next 3 hours or 4 hours until I get home. Like, oh, that's like a painful reality to acknowledge and see and experience. So we have the choice of refusing to see that, and instead choosing to believe that there's probably a good chance that they're fine and that is enough water. And we have those kinds of experiences all the time. And our psyche's always doing that. It's always choosing what to believe, usually in order to keep us comfortable and help us avoid discomfort. But the option of choosing to believe things are fine is not going to help the fish. If I say like, you know what, I'm going to choose to believe that I really bet that there's a good chance that fish don't need that much water and they have enough water right now and they're fine. If I choose to believe that, would that reality or that story produce a lot of urgency or motivation in me to take action? No, it would be later at my own convenience whenever I feel like it. So if the reality is that they're suffering and then I choose to be in denial about it, I'm likely going to not take action even for an even longer period of time. So then the reality is going to get even worse. And one day when I do face up to it because all the fish are dead, or, if something forces me to see the reality, it's going to feel even worse because it got worse. So a brave action is to be willing to accept the possibility of the reality, whatever reality we're seeing, and to own it. So my optimal reaction would be, oh crap, you know what? I have not yet studied to have the information to know if the current pond level is healthy for the fish or not. There's a chance that they are suffering right now, or there's a chance that they might even die because I've let the pond level get low. And with the pond level being that low, I know that I have not become a person who has the skill or system to maintain the same pond level. Either I haven't put it into my phone, a reminder to top it off every 2 weeks, or I haven't become observant, or I'm really stressed and I haven't gained skills to calm my stress enough to be observant enough to regularly look at the pond. Whatever it is, this shows me, this is giving me feedback. And so I can look at it, acknowledge it, and then say, ouch, that hurts. I don't want to be a person who causes harm to other beings. And the reality is I probably am doing that in some way that I didn't quite know about and I wasn't anticipating or prepared for yet. But I would like to become the person who would be equipped to take care of this stewardship really well. So I'm going to choose to react by using this as data to help me see what I wasn't seeing before. You know what? I had never thought of having a phone alarm to remind me to top off the pond every 2 weeks. I hadn't thought of looking up to research how many square inches each fish needs. This is showing me a lot of information, things I had not thought of before that I now am aware of by choosing to look at it, and I can choose to go do those actions to add those skills to myself, to become a person who now has those skills and can take care of this stewardship in a better way that will provide more abundance and care for these creatures. So it's so whenever we have a discomfort and you notice a situation of, whoa, this situation or this awareness I just had might be showing me evidence of an area where I'm lacking, ouch, especially if it's something bigger than rice fish. I encourage you to be brave, to face it, to acknowledge it. You are a very powerful being with massive capacity. We live in a day where there's like endless resources. There's so much information and ideas that you can access within 2 minutes online. And you can even crowdsource. Even Reddit has an Ask an Expert page where you can ask professionals different questions. So those are just a couple simple resources. But you can gain the resources. You can become a person who is equipped in the way that you were not equipped yesterday to handle life. And so whenever you have discomfort, instead of running from it, because that will just make it worse, that will make the situation worse, instead of running from it, you can face it. And if it's really scary to face, grab a friend or a loved one to hold your hand while you face it and to help you maybe brainstorm, help you talk through it. Also, if facing discomforts and lessons that you know you haven't learned yet in life and they keep hurting you by not having learned them yet, and you know that, but you know that whenever you go to face it, like I am going to learn how to budget, or I am going to learn how to wash laundry so that the colors don't bleed and I have to buy new clothes. Whatever the skill is that you know you don't have yet and it's hurting you, when you go to face it, if it overwhelms you, if it tanks you, if 2 minutes into working on that, I'm going to, be having the most depressed thoughts in existence, or I'm going to feel hopeless and can't think of any ideas, then that is also an area of skills that you can acquire of how to keep reconnecting to your intention, saying optimistic, positive things to yourself, listening to and talking to your emotions, acknowledging your parts, and learning how to identify where they're coming from, what their needs are, how to identify your own needs. There's all kinds of skills that can help with that too. But in the meantime, you can get someone to help you, and you can even get a coach or a therapist, or reach out to someone who can help you through that. So let's do it. Let's overcome all of our the areas where we are lacking, and those are the areas of anything that you could do to improve yourself. The areas that you having not learned the lesson yet is causing you a lot of pain. Those are the areas that are going to give you the biggest boost. So that you can remind yourself of that too when you're walking into something scary and you're going to face it, that you're going to get a big shift from it versus if you work on something smaller or that's not interrupting your life as much. All right, have a great day, guys.